Hey there, viewers and podcast listeners. This is Anthony, and I am here with another episode of my Epicenter reading. Last time we left off, our main character, Clark Young, an FBI agent, just got a key clue in the case of the LA Slayer, a vicious serial killer that he has been hunting down. He has a pregnant wife named Monica, and she had just given him a clue to an important piece of forensic evidence. So that was sections 1 through 3 of chapter 1 of Epicenter. Now we're going to go to section 4. So without further ado, here we go. Section 4. My wife was a genius. Her reading that article at the doctor's office seemed to be a twist of fate in my favor, and I knew that if I could arrange a meeting with Richard Fisher, I would finally get some answers. I thought of these things as I drove throughout the bustling city of Los Angeles, hoping that securing a warrant wouldn't take too long if Fisher wasn't willing to divulge any information. Despite the enormous load of information pouring through my mind as I thought about this new development, I somehow managed to enjoy the perfect view of the Los Angeles skyline that was highlighted by a beautiful sunrise that morning. The bright sun seemed to be a glimmer of hope on the horizon, calling to me so that I might finally put an end to the meaningless slaughter that this great city and its citizens were experiencing. The sun was accompanied by a gorgeous blue sky, with not a cloud in the sky. It was as if the smog had been lifted from the sky, and LA had become a paradise on this troubled planet of ours, and these beautiful sights filled me with warmth and hope all at once. As I pulled up to the FBI building in the heart of Los Angeles, I noticed that storm clouds were suddenly making their way into the gorgeously bright, sunny day, dissipating in my hope and happiness instantly, and replacing it with dread and suspicion. As I pulled into the parking garage for my office building, I hoped that the sudden change in weather wouldn't spell doom or some horrible event that would be coming my way. I shook my head, chalking up this feeling to superstition, but deep down, even at the beginning, I think I knew that something wasn't quite right. After I had parked my car and made my way into the building, I saw Jake Timmons, my partner, making his way out of the elevator that led onto our floor. He was wearing his dark blue suit and had a sick look on his face. A tall, lanky man with salt and pepper hair and a thin mustache. Jake and I had been partners and friends for 5 years. Jake, listen, man, I think we got a lead on the Slayer case finally. Clark, we gotta go, man. There's been another murder. The Slayer? He killed again? Yeah, and this time he took more than the brain. Dear God. Okay, tell me about it on the way. You're driving, I called out, and followed him back into the elevators that led to his '07 Mitsubishi Outlander. After getting settled in his car and pulling out of the building, Jake began to tell me about the latest killing. Call came in about 15 minutes ago. Victim has been identified as one Sierra Carmine. A cook at a local diner was taking out trash this morning when he spotted a man in a large overcoat disposing of the body. The cook called out to the man, and the man rolled and attacked the cook. The cook couldn't see a man, but he was able to pull out a box cutter he carried in his back pocket and cut the killer's face pretty good. The cook is alive, but is on his way to the hospital with lacerations on his arms and face. Have we recovered the box cutter? I asked Jake. CSU is on the scene now, and have already bagged and tagged the weapon. Blood analysis should be getting worked on any minute now. And what do we know about the victim? Miss Carmine, is it? All I know is so far is that she's known locally around the part of the city. She was a dancer at a local strip club. A dancer? That doesn't fit the Slayer's profile. Yeah, but apparently the killing itself does. Maybe he's getting desperate. He seems to think he's looking for something in his victims. He must be desperate to get whatever it is. After that, we both fell silent, thinking about the gruesome scene we were sure to uncover. After about 5 minutes of driving, We arrived at the crime scene, near the corner of 5th Street and Balboa Avenue. We stepped out, flashed our badges to the patrolmen keeping onlookers and the media at bay, and then made our way down the alley, stepping around CSU officers and taking mental notes of various items and clues. The victim looked nothing like other victims before her. It was hard to believe that once this young woman was a beautiful, exotic girl with tan skin and blonde hair. Now all that remained of Sierra Carmine was her lifeless body, ripped open by a monster and covered in blood and grime. "This makes no sense," I remarked to Jake. "I know. This victim isn't at all like the other ones. This girl shouldn't have even been on this guy's radar. What made him go from killing nurses and doctors to dancers? He's got to be on some kind of timetable. Whether or not it's a timetable of his making or not remains to be seen. But he's feeling the pressure, and he's taking his victims wherever and whenever he can." "Agent Young, we got something here," a young woman from the CSU team said, kneeling next to the body and putting on a fresh pair of latex gloves. "What do we have?" "The victim's skull has been cut open and her brain has been taken, just like the previous victims. However, the killer seems to have taken spinal fluid in her heart as well." "The heart? What could he possibly want with the heart?" "I'm not sure, but we were able to find a needle mark at the base of her neck as well. It appears she was injected with the same toxin, but we'll need to run blood work and an autopsy to be sure." "Thank you. Keep me posted," I said, standing up and removing my gloves. "Clark, you said this morning that you had a lead on this guy?" asked Jake. "Yeah, I think I do. Tell me, Jake, what do you know about Fisher Industries?" And that's it. That was section 4 of chapter 1 of Epicenter. Nice 7-minute video. I think that's a good cutoff point. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. 2 more sections and then we're done with chapter 1, and we'll be able to move on to chapter 2. I will try and make these videos more frequent. I know there's been a little bit of a week-long gap between the first 2 episodes, but hopefully I'll be able to upload these more faster, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. In the comments below, tell me, tell me what it is you think that L.A. Slayer is doing with his victims. If you're enjoying the story and you're paying attention, tell me what the killer is looking for in his victims. Take a guess, and there is no right or wrong answer with your guesses. I mean, there is an obvious answer for the story part, but I'll take any guesses you have. Please leave those in the comments below, and please also like this video, share it, favorite it, and subscribe to the channel, please. And also, please subscribe to the podcast if you're listening to this instead of watching this, and then vice versa. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you for the next episode. Peace out.